Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Wow. Well, guys, as you know, Judy and I are out here in California, and we're going to be going to Arizona, visit our grandkids and stuff like that. Well, I'll tell you one thing's for sure. You don't get the same quality of coffee as you do when you're at home because, you go out to these various hotels, they serve you some coffee in the morning. Well, it's in a paper cup these days. And hey, that's even at the high end of places. The last place we were was in Beverly Hills. And I'll tell you what, they even serve their coffee in paper cups. And here we are in Laguna Beach. We're staying at a Hilton hotel. And what do you know? A paper cup. And I'm thinking, come on, guys, can't you afford to, put out those, a regular mug so a person can drink out of that? I should have packed one with me. But needless to say, no cinnamon. Of course, if you want a hazelnut flavor, you're using that Coffee Mate stuff, which you guys helped me actually break and end up using like real hazelnut, syrup and stuff like that. And so anyway, I'll have to deal with it. Like, first world problems, right? Anyhow. Guys, I was reading an amazing article this morning that really tells you where the economy is at now. If you have any doubts at all, I think this one should put them to rest as to how bad the economy truly is. So this is coming out about Tyson Foods. Now, if you're not familiar with Tyson Foods, by the way, is the largest producer of chicken, beef, and pork products that are sold in a lot of our grocery stores and stuff like that. Well, they've come out and they have reported dismal earnings for the third quarter. And you know what they're blaming? The result, what they're blaming on this downturn with that is less demand for meat. Now, guys, think about it. Why would there be such a huge less demand for meat? Do you think people are just going, vegan for their health and all that kind of stuff, or, less this and that? No. Guys, what it is people are making choices about what food they can afford to buy and what they can't. And that's what's really going down. When you see meat like, your chicken, your beef, your pork, and all that, the consumption going way down is because people don't have the money to spend on it like they would have prior in terms of their grocery bill. And usually that is the last thing, one of the last things that people genuinely start to cut back on, would be their groceries. They'll get rid of their cable TV. They'll get rid of all their extras, that they've got. The subscriptions to, their Netflixes and, all the various other ones. And of course, they'll cut back on their cell phone plans. They'll do all kinds of stuff. Normally, they're going to keep their housing up and they're going to keep their food up. In fact, people will literally allow their electricity to get turned off before they'll actually cut back on their food consumption. That is a fact. But now we're seeing big time drops in the consumption of, these staple meat products. That is just absolutely saying volumes about where the economy is truly at. And guys, it's something that I've always said, look, get prepared. Go out there, make sure that you've got some things on the shelf because a crunch is really coming. And some of the articles I was reading are also majorly telltale. And of course, we've reported before that Maersk, the big global container shipping company, well, they came out and said, hey, it looks like, the usage of our containers is way down. Well, they just put out a new report and it is absolutely massive. The amount of reduction that's going on in the utilization of shipping containers. Well, guys, that tells you demand is down. We're gonna see some big time supply crunches, to be sure. And with that, what's coming? Well, you guessed it, inflation. All the prices of things are just gonna go sky high. And the reason for that, of course, is that, it's a supply and demand issue. If there's no supply and demand is still there, well, hey, it's going to be, higher prices because the supply is way down. That's what's going to go on. And it is going to get tough at home here. And another thing is the dollar. Guys, the dollar may be enjoying a little bit of a bounce, but let's be honest, when you see all these other nations, kind of de-dollarization is going on at record speed, and it hasn't stopped. And what's really happening here is you're just seeing a prop up of all these things, but the fact of the matter is those dollars are going to come back home, and we are going to more than likely, in my opinion anyway, and a lot of economists out there are saying the same thing, that we're going to be seeing some serious hyperinflation. And you take Jim Rickards, for instance. That guy is a phenomenal, well-known economist that has been, in the government circles and big business circles, for the majority of his career. And he's been spot on so many stuff. Look, if you want to really get an eye-opener, go and Google Jim Rickards Ice 9 and watch that, because guys, what we're having here is an absolute plan, zero doubt. I believe it. Now, something else that I read which really pertains to this digital asset space in a big way, and this is about WorldCoin. So of course WorldCoin is putting out there that they're using AI and the scanning of our irises, in part of their, their Web3 and all that kind of stuff. Well, apparently, WorldCoin has invited governments to come in and ask for the information, and they are going to willingly cough it up. Guys, government doesn't need to have all the infrastructure, and why not? Because they have these private-public partnerships where they're going to get it anyway. And we know already with our social media and various things like that the government has access to that. Look, when I was working, in the federal government in Canada, and we had the ability to issue out requirements to provide information where organizations, if we really had a reason to see it and need it and you were under investigation, hey, they had no choice but to cough it up, and it was done ex parte. There's no going to court and getting a court order. They just issue it, and boom, there it is. Now, and that is the same, by the way, in the United States. Don't kid yourself. If you think your private information is being protected, you read the fine print. It says right in there that if it's being required of them by a government entity or agency or whatever, then you acquiesce to having it coughed up, and that's the facts, Jack. Well, guys, we are seeing this plan totally unfold in the economy for sure, leading us into a position where it's going to be literally a new digital economy that they're moving us into, zero doubt. And along with that is coming the digital IDs, and you're getting public companies out there that are absolutely working hand in glove with the government in providing that information and setting up the infrastructure. Look, you got an organization like Ripple, obviously, is out there building the infrastructure for the evolution of money. And, the governments don't have the capability. You have to look, out there to the private sector in order to find that kind of innovation and invention and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe for 1 second that the United States is going to let themselves literally fall by the wayside. No, guys, they're in the back rooms doing all the deals that they need to do, getting the infrastructure set up so when the switches are flipped, they are right ready to go, to be sure. I mean, you think of the Federal Reserve and how it was founded, and you look way back there at Jekyll Island and what was going on and how these guys behind closed doors set up the whole system for the Federal Reserve. You don't think that they're out there doing that now? Come on, they are. Absolutely. But guys, they want to dumb us down. They want us to look over here. That's why all of these news shows that are out there, it doesn't matter if it's MSNBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, it makes no difference. They're all out there just putting on a dog and pony show to keep us distracted to what's going on here, and rather than be focused on what's going on here. And so many people are going to miss it. And you and I, in this digital asset space, what are they trying to do now? They're trying to outright spook us to kind of like vacate the space. But I'm telling you guys, this is where the future is. You can see the handwriting on the wall, and they know it. So do you think that it's going to, like, these little price dips and all this and that are going to spook me? I'm not going to get spooked out. Don't let them spook you out of this whole deal, because this is obviously distributed ledger technology is literally the backbone of the infrastructure for the new digital economy and the way in which the entire global system is going to work. It's going to revolutionize everything, guys. Our IDs, how we interact, even socially. Just think of the metaverse, and you think of all the applications there, and on and on and on. It is going to be absolutely astounding. Don't let them shake you out and miss it. Because, guys, these little price actions that we're dealing with today are going to be absolutely nothing in the future. Just imagine if we were quibbling over a $3 or a $4 or a $5 Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin, within 10 years, it's at $69,000 when it hit its high there. Guys, don't ever let them sell you, drink the Kool-Aid, because I did for many years, and boy, did I ever miss out, I'll tell you. But hey, look, it's Monday. It's an absolutely brand new start of the week. I sure hope you had a fabulous weekend. I think it's going to be an amazing week. Lots of stuff going to be happening in this space, to be sure. And guys, I'll tell you what, even though we're out here on holidays, I'm reaching out. I'm going to be doing these videos. I'm going to be, just connecting with you as my community. And just, we have got some exciting stuff that we are going to experience together in this space, no doubt, until later on today, where we have an amazing video for you. I sure hope you have a great one, and take care.